quick new video today, starting right here, right now. Greetings Rommies and welcome to romrom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to our regular news roundup. Welcome to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. When time permits, please consider subscribing, and if you have any news for us, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. This is going to be a short one because studios and their developers are taking some well-deserved time off. Therefore, there hasn't been too much going on in the last 2 weeks, but do not miss the Nascar 21 roadmap update because it's special. To all those who thought they might raise the Beamer M4 on Assetto Corsa Competizione forever and forever win, it got nerfed. But that's not the only change in the hotfix. The BMW M4 GT3 and the McLaren 720S GT3 got nerfed as they were too powerful, and while they were touching the BMW code, Kuno's developers also tweaked the aero model of the car. Also, the Audi R8 GT3 Evo got some correction in the setups. Also, the graphics on VR got an update to avoid artifacts. Good news is, the artifacts are gone. Bad news is, the performance of the graphics on the VR went down 25%. That in a sim that was already taxing the GPU on the VR a lot. Like, don't bother using anything else than a 3070 to enjoy VR and Assetto Corsa Competizione. And on my 2060 it's bearable at most. Oh yeah, we're now at 1.8.10, just in case you're counting. Raceroom released their newest track a week ago, which was the long-awaited TT Assen. Tested by real-life racers, DTM if we remember correctly, it took Sector 3 longer than we expected to release it to the public. We don't know what took them so long, and if it was just a normal process made difficult by the virus and the holidays, so we won't speculate any further. Another thing they have changed after asking their fans and checking their data is the format of the weekly ranked races. Most important is that the rookie servers will only use free content, be it tracks or vehicles. This makes a lot of sense as rookie races and levels are for pilots with low rank, those normally being new to Raceroom or the ranked races. It doesn't really take much to have enough rank to be able to leave that level. On the other hand, the tracks are going to change with every race. As a rookie, you normally don't have much experience with a track, so having to learn all tracks at once, so to speak, or having to wait until the one track you have practice for is on, is going to keep rookies away from ranked racing. And checking the number of users for Raceroom, keeping people away from it is not what they should be aiming for. Also, the days where the week starts, as well as the day for the weekly events, have changed. The racing week now starts on Mondays, the weekly event will be on Saturdays. Seems most of you spend Saturday at home, go figure. We, of course, do so, but only because we're giving the weekly news the final touch. Also, they are introducing Race Series, which lasts about 3 months, the series getting a new track to race on every week. You need a rating of 80 or higher to race GT4, F3 or GT3, and a rating of 85 or higher to race on WTCR and DTM. And no, there is no champion of a series at the end of it. Maybe in the future there will be? And while Raceroom will now offer endurance sessions, don't get your hopes too high. Endurance means 60 minutes of racing, no 24-hour cycle or driver swaps. So it's at most endurance light. Not to diss anyone, if I tried to race for an hour, I'd end up covered in sweat from head to toe and possibly not able to race again for the next 3 days. It's only that communities like Global Enduro or Assetto Corsa Friends have us accustomed to 4 and 8 hour endurance races, which again for the WEC are more like where endurance begins. So calling an hour-long race endurance sounds a little bit quaint to our ears. You know, we love to go through development roadmaps. Razer and Studio 397 give us an update almost every month, and we easily spend 4, 5, 6 minutes going over those and giving you our informed opinion or offering some background. 4, 5, 6 minutes of information. Well, forget about that, because this is the whole of the roadmap for Nascar 21. Yeah, this.
What a joke!
It really is, Fernando, and you may want to sell your shares in motorsport games soon if this is the shape of things to come for the rest of the motorsport game sims. BTCC, IndyCar, Le Mans 24, and of course even rFactor 2. This is not a roadmap, this is a glorified drawing on a napkin after a drunk Friday. We've linked the roadmap post in the description in case you want to read more management bullshit about it, but really spend your time watching paint dry. It'll be more relaxing and healthier. We're quite sure of that. Something is utterly, horribly and completely wrong at motorsport games if they think they can serve people this and expect anything else than laughter and pity. If this is what they bought Studio 397 for, they should have saved themselves the money. We had high hopes about the strategy of motorsport games when buying Kartcraft and rFactor 2, but if Nascar 21 is any sign of the things to come with regards to motorsport games, then they'd better close shop and try a hand at anything that does not require thinking further ahead than next week. And while there's going to be a Q&A session tomorrow, nobody should expect any real or hard questions to be asked there, as the motorsport games Q&As are cherry-picked questions with fluffy answers. Typical management bullshit we've all heard 2,000 times before. We won't even bother commenting further because that image speaks for itself. It's clearly
A joke!
If you like this video and would like to see more, consider becoming a patron, thus letting us spread our wings. And a big thank you to our patrons. Oh, and we're on the countdown to 2,000 subscribers. If you have any idea what we should do when we pass that number, let us know in the comments. At last, we're getting a new and hopefully improved UI for rFactor 2. It looks good and somewhere in between what Raceroom Automobilista 2 and Assetto Corsa Competizione have, so at least it goes with the times. Coming next week, Studio 397 promises a wealth of usability improvements and visual enhancements from launch of the simulation right through to once you are out on track. The UI not only got a visual redesign, it also got an auditive redesign. The user experience has been optimized so the flow from one step to the other is easier. Settings should be easier to make as well as setting up the car. The event screen has been optimized and the sim got 2 new showrooms. It seems it's decidedly quicker than the old one, and if it is still too slow for you, be aware they are working on its speed still. At last they thought the way any good UI designer thinks, and that is in terms of the user experience. Imagine a user wanting to do one thing and make that one thing easy to do. Lather, rinse, repeat for many different things that users normally do, and you get an ergonomic UI, which we hope this is, but we're going to check next week. Also, it seems at last they understood the principle of form follows function, which should be the basis of any ergonomic design, and all too often isn't, but let's not open that can of worms. Expect to see the new UI starting this next Thursday 27th. And while this is one big step, Studio 397 promise future updates of the sim will bring even more updates of its UI. We always bring updates about the world of sim racing. Go and check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.